Of devastating floods, residents of Shallcross south of Durban have decided that they're not going to sit around and wait for government to step in. They're now rebuilding a bridge that collapsed during last month's floods. Monique Mortlock is covering the story for us. She joins us now live. So, Monique, this is a community that basically can't wait for government to rebuild this bridge. They've taken it upon themselves to join forces and get it done. Who's behind the project, though?
It's several people, really. Actually, dozens of people from the looks of it today. There was just a small version of that group that called themselves the Pompene River Bridge project team, and they said all started because the residents of Shallcross realized that they have no way to get to Blundell Road because the two sections connecting the bridge to those two roads, both those sections on opposite ends had debris on it, trees had fallen on it, and it had basically collapsed, and they realized that there's no way for them to get through or get to the area, and it's quite an important interlink between Shallcross and Blundell Road, and they thought government will probably have their hands full. They have let us down in the past, so let's just take it upon ourselves to do it together. They enlisted the help of some community activists that have been doing some other flood relief work in and around the Durban area, and they also got in some engineers just to provide them with some help. So all in all, from planning to the actual building of the bridge, it took 12 days. Let's just take a listen to Marcus Richards, who's the spokesperson for the team, explaining a little bit more.
After the floods, we realized after about 2 weeks that disaster management was never going to hit the ground running, especially in our area. And we remain apolitical, so we will not make any political statements or comments right now. But it was up to the community themselves to get this bridge sorted out, the approaches to the bridge sorted out. The brainchild of this entire project was my colleague on my right and brother Vernon Kiston. Next to him, Mr. Kader Ghulam, both activists in the area, activists on the ground for many years. And they were busy prior to that with other flood reliefs, water, sanitation, electricity, food, housing and shelter for the community in Shallcross and beyond. They came up with the idea that this was going to be an essential project to tackle because of what was happening with protests outside the area. Our area was completely gridlocked in. Our people literally were held hostage within their own community with protest action at the various key points, exit and ingress into our community. They came up with the idea, they put a team together, and then we hit the ground running.
So did the municipality assist in any way at all?
Well, the municipality played an oversight role, and I must mention that earlier this week I had the opportunity to speak to the head of the Provincial Transport Department, Mr. Mbele, and I asked him, when he hears about situations like this where communities are taking it upon themselves to build bridges because they simply can't wait for the government, who ultimately takes the responsibility for should anything happen like a structural defect and the bridge collapsing. And what Mr. Mbele said is that the onus will be on the people themselves who built that bridge. But in the case of the Pompene River Bridge project team, they spoke to the eThekwini municipality. They got the officials involved, but only as oversight to ensure that the structural integrity, the people they got in to perform the job, so to ensure that the structural integrity was of a high standard and that the bridge was safe. But I spoke to the ward councillor, Mr. van den Berg, about it, and he admitted that the residents were incredible. They did most of the work. As one community leader said, we did 95% of the work, and the municipality, they assisted with 5%. Let's just take a listen to that ward councillor.
A group of people approached me and said they wanted to fix the bridge. I was rather astounded and a little taken aback and realized that, they couldn't just go and fix a bridge. So I asked them nicely to give me 7 days to try and get the municipality involved. The municipality came to the forefront, and within 7 days we had a partnership between what was later called the Pompey River Bridge Group and the municipality, who mainly did oversight, but had a small role to play in the work itself. I later grew to really respect the group of people, the business owners, the guys who brought in security. It was incredible, and a bridge was built in 5 days.
It's a nice feel-good story. She's serving us here in Durban, our reporter Monique Mortlock.